country. We find ourselves to Lexington, Nebraska. I'm your rodeo announcer, Clay Patton, and I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Let's swing the gate to the east and let's welcome in the beautiful young ladies of the rodeo. We've got some great rodeo royalty as we welcome in your 2025 Elwood Rodeo Queen, Miss Shaylee Millison. Shaylee is the 17-year-old daughter of Ryan and Michelle Millison, a senior this fall. She's active in high school rodeo as well as girls wrestling, National Honor Society, FBLA, and Student Council. She's also working as a CNA at the local rest home. Shaylee invites you to the Elwood Rodeo next week for the 53rd annual Elwood Rodeo next Thursday and Friday. Your 2025 Elwood Rodeo Queen, Miss Shaylee Millison. And now let's welcome in your 2025 Red Willow Rodeo Queen, Miss Sophia Skimper. Sophia is the 17-year-old daughter of Jared and Dawn Skimper. She'll be a senior at Loomis High School where she's active in volleyball, basketball, track, cheer, National Honor Society, and FFA. Outside of school, she's active in 4-H and Nebraska High School Rodeo, and she wants to invite everybody to McCook on July 25th for the Red Willow Rodeo. Sophia Skimper is your 2025 Red Willow Rodeo Queen. Thank you. Let's give our hands and put our hands together for the young ladies of the rodeo world. It is those rodeo queens that are our great ambassadors for the sport. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we fly under the banner of the Phillips Rodeo flag. And as you just saw her right in, she comes back, our 2025 Red Willow Rodeo Queen, Sophia Skimper, brings in the Phillips Rodeo banner, one of the best stock contractors in Nebraska, if not in the Midwest. They were named as part with Talbert Bucking Stock, your 2025 NSRA Rough Stock Contractors of the Year, multiple timed event stock contractors of the year, and more. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you rise and remove cover as our Elwood Rodeo Queen, Shaylee Millison, presents Oh Glory, the red, white, and blue, that beautiful star-spangled banner that represents freedom, that represents 250 years, a quarter of a millennia, 1,000 years almost. What a beautiful thing it is, and the way it represents this nation from sea to shining sea, bringing us all under one common banner. We all bleed red. We're all American here tonight. As we think about everything happening in our world today, we want to say thank you to the men and women in our armed services, and we give a sorrowful and thoughtful prayer today for those who have recently lost loved ones in armed conflict across the globe. We think about the patriots and those that have proudly served and continue to serve our country. They wear the uniform with pride, and they do our country a great service. Well, as Sophia rounds her way and starts heading into the middle, we are so thankful for all those in uniform in our own community, from our volunteer fire departments, our sheriff's departments, and local police, and all that they do for us. And the great thing about that banner is it gives us the freedom of religion. I ask everybody to bow their head in prayer with me before we start tonight. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us come together in the great sport of rodeo. Thank you for keeping a hand of safety over us here today, and thank you so much for letting us live in this amazing country. And I have all these great people, our rodeo committee members, our community, everybody that helps make every piece of this possible. We ask for your hand and protection for our rodeo athletes and our stock here tonight. And we ask that you continue to bless and nourish our lands and our fields and our pastures with great rain. And if you could help keep that cattle market high so we can all benefit from that as well. Well, folks, there's just one more thing that we need to do before we go into rodeo action. And that is where we welcome you to Miss Lucy, 9 years old from the Sumner, Eddyville, Miller area. And she's here to sing us our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed that the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we lost were so glad at least streaming, and the
Oh, let's hear it for Miss Lucy, 9 of the Sumner, Eddyville, Miller area. Lexington, are you proud to be an American? Man, oh man, there's a lot of truth in that statement of the world right now, lighting things up like the 4th of July. Let's head down to the big boys of the rodeo. It is time that we go to the West End and we check out what's happening on the steer wrestling side. It is time to go back in as Lane Morrow out of Brush, Colorado, our Colorado Cowboy, gets set up. Of course, it's night number 2 as we break down what's already happening. Bo Weeblis out of Springview, Nebraska, leads the rodeo with a 4-4. Chad Van Kampen out of McCook, 5 seconds in second. Caden Wooters out of Elwood with a 5-5, and Taylor Davis in Thedford a 6 flat. So you got to be better than 6 to make it into the top 4 to try and make it over to the pay window here tonight. For those of us that are joining us for the first time on the rodeo side, steer wrestling is where you take a perfectly good horse and you decide to jump off of him at 60 miles an hour to jump onto an 800-pound steer and bring him to the ground. When the steer goes flat and all 4 legs go up, that's when time comes to a stop. Holy cow, things are going to get wild and exciting here tonight as Lane Morrow starts to dig himself back in and everybody starts looking things together. Over in the Russman Ag Pavilion, nice cold beer hitting the spot this evening. Nate Kimes to take the Silver Fox stage after the rodeo. Thank you to Dawson County Farm Bureau providing our beef barbecue here tonight. Well, Lane has got Big Gray, and Gray is raring to go, so to speak, as he goes back around. You'll notice that orange barrier sitting right in front of him, that orange flag. That's what we call the barrier. If that cowboy, that horse, don't give the steer the proper head start, they'll cross that line a little early, which then means they get a 10-second penalty or a speeding fine for breaking the barrier. There we go. They say it's to the go time. Let's see what they can get done. Come on, Cowboy Lexington, help him out. He needs all the help he can get. That steer is not going down without a fight. If you've ever wondered what a Husker linebacker looks like up close, there you go. 15-3 for the Colorado Cowboy. 15-3. That'll take us now over to Jacob Fanning out of Ogallala. Going over to Keith County now. Dawson Doggett sitting back over on deck as we get everybody put back together. Well, 15-3, but you know, folks, we talk about it, the heart of a cowboy, that not quit, don't give up attitude. He knew it was a little long in time, but he was going to make a qualified run irregardless. And he got that steer down and made it the clock come to a stop. We love to see it. There's no quit in the cowboy way. All right, we go back over. Ogallala, Jacob Fanning trying to top 4.4 seconds here tonight. What could he get done as he gives the nod and away he goes? Well, gives himself his own little tap, as unfortunately that is a no time. That ground had a little more bounce than what he was expecting, so he didn't quite get his form set up just the way he wanted. Unfortunately for Jacob Fanning, your applause tonight is his payment. Let's keep rolling through with Dawson Doggett out of Callaway go to work for us next. Coy Johnston sitting over on deck. As we get back in, if you're going to be drinking in the Russman Ag Pavilion here later today, notice we said a Russman, Paul. I just want to point that one out. Make sure you make friends with a steer wrestler as well. They're always the ones you want to have your back if anything gets a little too hairy. 4.4 seconds leads the way. Had a really good slack here this morning. A lot of good runs. We'll be talking about that. Bo Weeblis out of Springview putting up a 4.4 second run. He caught that steer just a little ways out of the front end, just brought him to a stop. Man, oh man. We talk about the guys in the bright red shirts. That's your Dawson County Ag Society wearing gray shirts tonight. Actually, it looks like back behind. Red, gray, it's all the same. Dawson County Ag Society, your volunteer leaders bringing you great family fun and friendly entertainment. We are sure thankful for all the hard work that they do for Dawson County and bringing great events like this up. Also a great time to talk about the Nebraska State Finals. They're coming back to Lexington here in September. So mark your calendars for that. You can always learn more when you visit the Nebraska State Finals or the Nebraska State Rodeo Association's website. All right, let's see what a Nebraska Cowboy can do. Trying to make Callaway proud. If you're from Custer County, make some noise and help him out. He's got the steer almost where he wants him. There he goes. 9.9 seconds for Dawson Doggett, 9.9 seconds for the Callaway Cowboy. That is just a little outside the top four, but still looking good in the round. It is ahead of Lane Morrow's 15-3. That'll take us over to Coy Johnston out of Stapleton now. Jim Persinger sitting on deck. Jaden Fanning, the last three here before we transition over into the breakaway. Oh, Garth Brooks may have been right and wrote this song about a bulldog or a little less than a saddle bronc rider. Too young to feel this damn old. When you jump off horses and jump onto cattle this many times, shoulders, knees, sometimes things take a little more aspirin in the morning than they do on other times. But these guys sure do love going down the road and putting on good shows for us wherever they go. 15-3 and 9-9, the two times we've clocked tonight. 4-4 is the time leading the rodeo. Cowboys stretch the barrier back across. Again, you don't want to cross that too fast, or otherwise you get a speeding penalty. They settle themselves back over and in as the sun starts to set on this Nebraska night. There we go. He's got his horn set up. He's got a good stop, lock, and drop it. Well, he's going to have to reset a little as the old steer's momentum starts to work with him. Well, now that steer's just standing there. And down he goes. 16-5 for Coy Johnston. 16-5 for Coy Johnston at Stapleton. That takes us down to Jim Persinger out of North Platte, Lincoln County Cowboy. Jaden Fanning sitting on deck. Last two to go in the steer wrestling side of the world. One thing you might notice is that you see several of these horses make repeat runs. That's because it takes a very special horse to have its rider leave halfway through the run. And so sometimes Cowboys swap out. Always works well for them. There's one horse that's working really well for everybody. Sharing is caring in the Cowboy world. All right, let's see what our North Platte Cowboy could do. Jim Persinger. 9-9, the fastest run of the night. 4-4, leading the rodeo. He's got a little work cut out for him, but he gives his nod, and down the arena he goes. Oh, the old steer hitting the go button, and they're not catching up. Well, not the run he wanted tonight. No time for Jim Persinger out of North Platte. No time. Jaden Fanning out of Ogallala, Keith County. Step him up against Jacob Fanning, who got a no time earlier, so could be the first one out of Ogallala to grab a time tonight. Rodeo's still wide open. Nice match pair of sorrel horses. We talked a lot about the Bulldogger himself, but we need to talk about his friend across the way in the other box. That's what they call the hazer. And the hazer's whole job is to help keep that steer lined up so the Cowboy can jump off and get on top and keep everything right. A hazer is one of the most important parts of the run, so you got to make sure you got a good guy stepping over on that side. Gets off to a good start. Man, oh man, we got a pretty run shaping up, but that steer has got a horn under his chin, and oh no. Chin music, not the way he wanted to go. Jacob Fanning is at O-time. Jacob Fanning at O-time on that one, unfortunately. Well, as we recap the round, Dawson Doggett with a 9-9 will set there. We've got Lane Morrow's 15-3 behind him and Coy Johnston 16-5. But for the rodeo, looks like Bo Weeblis' 4-4 will hold.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level. In every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you too. Member FDIC.
Delaro Complete isn't like other fungicides. Some offer 2 modes of action. Think that's good? Think bigger. Others are good against some diseases. Sorry, some just isn't enough. You need a complete fungicide. Delaro Complete. It has 3 modes of action, protects against a truly broad spectrum of diseases, and promotes overall plant health. Think beyond disease control. Think complete. Delaro Complete.
County. 2.6 seconds, 2.6 seconds. Just good enough to hang right outside the top four. One more time, Lexi, to pay off a hard work at Cowgirl. Just 1/10 away, a split of a hair making the decision tonight. Savannah David, Gothenburg going to work next. Brandy Shack on deck. Well, for my crowd, do we have some folks from Gothenburg tonight? Western Dawson County represent. Make a little noise for us so we know you're here. I think there's 4 people from Gothenburg. So thank you to the Gothenburg delegation. You're going to have to make more noise than that for Savannah as she tries to top. 2.4 seconds to take the lead in the go-round. There we go. This is every rodeo couple's song. The things we could afford if we weren't horse poor. Well, they got really good stock under them, though. The American Quarter Horse is sure looking proud today. As Savannah David makes her loop and gets underway. Oh, no. Gothenburg helps support your girls. Savannah David ends up with a no time as they don't make the connection. Brandy Shack out of Hyannis goes next. Taryn Namath sitting on deck as we work our way right through. We do have a special breakaway roping coming up tomorrow, and that is going to feature, I believe, over 40 entries so far. They're going to run 2 Kevs, and then we're going to bring 10 back for a short go. So if you want to see the best of the best in the breakaway world, it's going to happen right here in Dawson County. We've even got some of the girls that are coming back from the pro side of the world. We were talking about breakaway being one of the fastest growing portions of the Western sports world. Of course, you're starting to see it now pop up on the pro side as well, with the national breakaway finals being concurrent there with the national finals rodeo and occurring in Las Vegas every year. So it's pretty exciting to see the growth of this sport and how it's happening. Brandy Shack out of Hyannis backs in next for us. Still looking for the 2-4 on the top side. 2-6 leading the go-round tonight. Just got to make sure everything's set up just right. Horses needs to be facing, so that way it's a team effort. Horse and rider have to work together. And just like that, happens pretty easy. No time for that one. No time for Brandy Shack. No time. Had a little sun glare in my eyes. Things looked like they were good, but unfortunately a wave of the flag from our judge not working there. Oh, thank you to Buck Moon and Jess Harwager. They are your judges here this evening. We appreciate all their work they're doing. As you see, our rodeo queens helping to shag those Kevs back. Yeah, and you don't just get to be a pretty face making the waves. You got to put in the work, too. Taryn Namath out of Ogallala backs her way to the box. Jaya Nelson sitting over on deck coming up next. They've got everything set up and ready to go. We'll see what she can get done. As we talk about all the volunteers and everybody that helps make all this possible, there's a guy on the backside of that chute that's holding that calf to make sure he's absolutely straight and ready to fire. You want to talk about a guy that needs a beer in the Rustman Ag Pavilion when we get all said and done. It's one of those on the chute side. They're exposed to the elements all the way and more than one. Well, her and their horse trying to get on the same page here for Taryn as we're looking for that next qualified run. So far, only 1 catch on the night of the first 3. She gets herself squared up and in, looks ahead. As soon as you see that nod, they'll release the gate, and everything happens in a quick hurry. Time to go. Well, unfortunately, she does not find it. It's a no time. That's a no time for Taryn Namath out of Ogallala. Jaya Nelson Bassett go to work for us. Let's go to the Sandhills, Rock County. Mecca Melvin sitting back over on deck. We're about to have to change the mojo of this evening. That energy is starting to get a little low for us, Lex. Make sure you're putting a lot of effort and energy out there. These cowboys and cowgirls pick up on that. That helps them to push on and make a good run for you. It's the Platte Valley Auto Rodeo here at the Dawson County Fair, your fun zone, brought to you by MRK Incorporated. The sundown stage of the Midway brought to you by TL Sun Constructors. Other platinum sponsors include CHS Holdridge. Thank you to all the great sponsors at the Dawson County Fair. Well, she gets herself set up and away. Kind of setting up a sepia western movie with that dust in the air. She gives the nod, and down the road she goes. Calf kind of steps back. Not the way she wanted it to go. That is a no time. A no time for Jaya Nelson. No time for her. All right, Lex, it's time for us to change the mojo. Put your hands together. We did this last night, and we started getting catches on that one. 4 No Times tells me it's time for it to happen. Mecca Melvin out of Tryon, Nebraska, go to work. Emily Ryan sitting back over on deck. Not quite halfway through our performance here tonight on the breakaway, so we got to have things coming. Oh, you guys are awesome. I appreciate you because I feel like things are already turning on into our favor. So let's see what happens here. She gets herself squared back away. Mecca Melvin, Tryon, backs her way in. Her and the big buckskin horse getting themselves settled back over and making sure everything's going to happen the way they need it to. There we go. Bumps the back side of the box once again. Look at that, Lexington. 3.9 seconds, and Mecca Melvin gets us a qualified run. You know who made that possible? You made it possible because you got that energy level back up and going for us. The mojo has shifted. Emily Ryan out of Odessa going to work next. Bodell Hall, Sutherland on deck as we're starting to breach that halfway marker. 3.9 there for Mecca Melvin, 2.6 for Bailey Barker. 2-4 split 3 ways, still leads the rodeo. There we go. They get everybody settled back over it in. Let's see what Emily Ryan can do for us tonight. 2.3 seconds, 2.3 seconds. Lexington, that is a brand new go-round leader. Holy cow, that is right. 2.3 seconds. Emily Ryan just knocked 3 down. That means second, third, and fourth are a 3-way tie at 2.4 seconds. Emily Ryan takes the round at 2.3 right now. Bodell Hall out of Sutherland. She's going to try and fix that. Allie Vaughn sitting back over on deck as we tip over the halfway point, moving through the round in fast fashion. Let's see if we can't keep this train rolling and things picking up momentum and steam. We like where things are headed now. Make it 3 in a row. 3.1 seconds. 3.1 for Bodell Hall out of Sutherland. 3.1 seconds. That's what we like to see right there. Well, coming up here in just a few events, we're going to honor the champions of the county 4-H program. So that'll be coming up here after the first set of rough stock. We'll be honoring and thanking them. Got a lot more fun activities and stuff coming up and through. But right now, the mojo and the momentum are on our side as we got 3 catches in a row and a new go-round leader. Allie Vaughn, North Platte, going to work on this next. Big Blaze Face Sorrow looking good in the sunlight tonight. There we go, making a swirl, making sure loop, everything feels just right. Well, the leader of Phillips Rodeo Company, Tom Phillips, standing out there helping line calves. We appreciate him. Fighting through a little bit of pain in the rodeo this week. He's cowboy tough. She looks back and they say she's clean at the barrier. There you go. We got a little competition at the top. 2.3 seconds there for Allie Vaughn. 2.3. That ties her right in there with Emily Ryan. We're splitting first and second. That means those 2 4s have third, fourth, and fifth to contend with. 2-3 all the way to the top. That's where we're at here as we head back to Abby Muck out of Curtis. My Frontier County folks, we need you to be loud and proud as Curtis, home of NCTA, the Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture, Nebraska Aggies. We appreciate them and all they do. But Abby Muck going to work for us. Jennifer Daly following her. We're 6 away to Saddle Bronx. 6 away to Saddle Bronx. He gets herself set up and ready. Big old loop. Ho! For the Curtis Cowgirl, it's a no time. No time there as the loop doesn't quite fit where it's supposed to. That's okay, though. Jennifer Daly out of Sutherland's going to try and pick us back up. J.C. Lambert going to work next. 5 to the Saddle Bronx. 5 to the Saddle Bronx. Oh, aside from the beef barbecue, we've also got the 4-H cafe trailer down over here on that side. I highly recommend a piece of homemade pie. The folks with the 4-H cafe work year-round to make sure that pie is as fresh and as good as it is every single year. And ooh, it's amazing when some of our folks say that it's better than their grandma's cooking. All right, we've got Jennifer Daly Sutherland backed in, seeing what she can do with a 2-3 on the top side. Well, things keep getting tighter at the top as 2.4 seconds for Jennifer Daly. That ties her with Jessica McMaster, Ryland Swanson, and Bryn McMully. So that's now third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth. Third through sixth are all tied at 2-4. 2-3 splits the top, first and second with Emily Ryan and Allie Vaughn. J.C. Lambert backs her way in out of Harrison. As things are moving quite quickly through the bottom half of the breakaway side. We got Saddle Bronx coming up right after this in just about 4 runs. We're talking about Tom Phillips out there. Of course, his dad, Joe Phillips, looking on. Sister Kim up in the stands timing with me, as along with Patty. We appreciate our timers of the rodeo. They help keep everything smooth and functional. Jill Hudson, your secretary, she's down in the shack. And she is the one that lines out the rodeo. She also helps make sure RodeoEntriesForYou.com has everything updated like it's supposed to be. Well, J.C. Lambert is putting on the speed, but unfortunately she doesn't find her way to the calf in time. No time for J.C. Lambert. No time for Miss J.C. there. As we go over to Whitney Jennings out of Seneca, Casey Barnes on deck, and Amanda Sellen going to be the last one to go. 3 away in this breakaway. Well, again, you guys switched the energy, the momentum. We changed the mojo. We put a new 2 girls up on the leaderboard. You got to see it change right here in person. Whitney Jennings out of Seneca could very well disrupt the balance here once again, as she is a young lady that is known to make things happen in fast fashion. As we get ready, a lot of our girls here tonight still pulled through the barrier on that. So we'll have to restretch that. That'll take just a second. With a lot of our girls here tonight still trying to get into some of those top spots to make sure they get to come back in September as they come back for the Nebraska State Finals. Got to be there towards the top 10 so you can come back in for the finals. So they got some money to make, but these are the girls that can get it done. Whitney Jennings out of Seneca, the one settling and getting herself ready. 2.3 seconds leading the rodeo, splitting first and second. 2.4 splitting 4 places below that. They got the barrier restretched. They got the calf re-squared away. So now things are put back together. You can hear in the chutes below me, that is Phillips and Talbert Buckenstock getting things squared away and making a little noise, rattling the cages. Saddle Bronx and Ranch Bronx on the program tonight. The rough stock has been excellent this year with our first night of rodeo last night. All right, Whitney Jennings has got herself set up and in. Still her and Big Yellow trying to make sure everybody's on the same page. Horse has got a lot of horsepower. There you go. Got some of our rodeo committee members stepping up, helping make sure they can help score and get that horse settled in. She gives the nod. Yes! That's why she was making it. Once again. Well, folks, it would have taken the rodeo 2 flat, but she got caught speeding. She broke that barrier, so 2 flat becomes 12 flat really quick. 2 flat, 12 flat with the penalty. 12 flat with the penalty for Whitney Jennings. So unfortunately, that keeps her just out of the pay window. Casey Barnes, Shadron, and then Amanda Sellen to round us out on the breakaway side of the world. As the yellow horses are popular here tonight, here comes another big, stocky, stout-made one. Emily Ryan, Allie Vaughn on the top at 2.3 seconds. And Jennifer Daly, Jessica McMaster, Rylan Swanson, Brink McMuley, 2.4 seconds, rounding us out through the rest. Casey Barnes coming to us from Chadron. Unfortunately, all of us know that Nebraska rocked by wildfires this year, and unfortunately, the northwest corner of the state is not immune to it either. Thoughts and prayers go through all that. Well, as we get everybody set up and in, Casey's got herself set towards the backside. Makes one little spin and check. Now it looks like things are coming together. They pop up, go back around, kind of like airplanes coming into an airport. Everybody's got to be just right and get things lined up. It's a team effort, cowgirl and horse, as they put it together. Gives the nod, gets the go. No. Well, unfortunately, that is an O time. An O time for Casey Barnes. No time for her. Now let's go to Amanda Sellon out of Norfolk as we start to come to the end of the breakaway side. We did see a 2-second run. Unfortunately, it broke the barrier, became a 12 flat real quick. 2-3 still leads the rodeo. 2-4 right behind it. Splitting hairs, getting things awfully quick. You'll see that in the barrel racing later tonight as well when it comes down to the 100th of a second. Nate Kime takes the Silver Fox stage. Of course, if in Dawson County, Nate Kime's kind of a household name on the music side. We know he's going to put on a good show for us and really make things hot for us Saturday night. All right, old Big Sorrel Horse has settled himself in. As he gives the nod, here we go. Throws the rope, doesn't find a home. No time for a match.
Delaro Complete isn't like other fungicides. Some offer 2 modes of action. Think that's good? Think bigger. Others are good against some diseases. Sorry, some just isn't enough. You need a complete fungicide. Delaro Complete. It has 3 modes of action, protects against a truly broad spectrum of diseases, and promotes overall plant health. Think beyond disease control. Think complete. Delaro Complete.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level, in every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you too. Member FDIC.
At Ranke, innovation drives everything we build. From state-of-the-art fabrication to materials like high-strength steel, powered by advanced technology for maximum efficiency. Ranke helps you get more done with confidence. And with certified technicians providing reliable service season after season, you always have support you can count on. Contact your local Ranke dealer to learn more.
They are your pickup men tonight, and they are the ones helping to keep our Cowboys safe. Cooper Martin out of Blue, North Dakota, going to be the first one going for us tonight. 73 points leads the rodeo with Jason Scovdahl from last night. And we got a Ranch Bronx going, and we're going to introduce you to some 4-H champions. Well, looks like we're still making sure everything's ready. Great time to talk about what saddle bronc riding is. Kind of has a somewhat might be similar to a Western saddle, no necessarily a rope and horn in the center of it, but it still has a seat, still has the palm swells up over it. That gives the Cowboys a little more to grip and hold on to, helping giving them a little more control in through the ride. They've got to start with their foot over the point of the shoulder. If they don't do that, it's called a mark-out rule. You're going to see some yellow laundry on the ground if that is to occur. Folks, you can watch everything happening and tell the folks at home that could make it to the rodeo tonight, A, they missed a great beef barbecue, and B, it's a lot funner in person because you get to hear the music and the stands and the fans, but you can watch online on Sandbox Media, their live YouTube channel. That's where we're streaming here tonight. So we say hello and good evening to everybody watching online. Thank you to the Sandbox Media crew for their live streaming. Looks like Cooper is squirting himself in and getting everything set and ready. As old Y12 Lola is getting there. Cowboy says, let's take it to the outside. Well, Lola is the one taking care of business tonight as she says, ejectocito, my friend. Unfortunately, Cooper Martin tonight is getting your applause as his payment, because that is a no score for Cooper Martin out of Blue, North Dakota. Jason Scowdog got to take the rodeo with I Spilled the Juice in a 73-point ride on Friday night. Now let's keep the party rolling as we head on over to catch up with some ranch broncs. And that is where we see things come together for us. Jasper Heil, North Platte Cowboy, has drawn Talbert Buckenstock's Bay Bomber. What happened in Iran right now, I'm thinking Greg may have got the name from the B-2 stealth bombers. It's Bay Bomber. It's the country version of it, but they can catch a whole lot of air. And when they go to kiss the sun, they may not have much of a radar profile, but they can sure send a cowboy flying through the air. All right, let's see what Jasper Heil can get done on Bay Bomber. Well, that doesn't go the way Jasper wanted it to, but for Bay Bomber, she kicks her up to the top. No score there for Jasper Heil. Here's how things are shaking out right now in the Ranch Bronx. Riggin Heiko out of Hazard leads the way at 66. Rhett Brown with a 64. Blaine Simonson with a 63. Donald Muser out of Cozad's got a 62 points. Now, let's roll back up here to the top side as it looks like we go to the Paulson chute where Colt Mullen out of Paxton has drawn number 97. That is Black Beauty, another one of them coming to us from Talbert Buckenstock. John Boyle, our pickup man, has given some interesting commentary. That's one that sometimes we could have a hot mic and sometimes we couldn't have a hot mic, but we'd all get a good laugh. Colt Mullen, Paxton, Nebraska, on Black Beauty. This is one we've seen win a rodeo before. They can put an 80-point ride on her without too much trouble. Now, you might be asking yourself, Saddle Broncs, Ranch Broncs, Clay, what's the difference? That's where we go from that modified Western saddle to a full-on regular Western saddle like you'd see in any ranch operation. Well, mirror, mirror on the wall. Black Beauty is the fairest of them all as Colt Mullen finds the ground, and we get a no score. No score for the Paxton Cowboy. Oh, re-ride. There we go. Perfect. Got a little fouled on the outside. Black Beauty not having that, so he is going to draw back over. Looks like he's going to get the horse 601. Re-ride for Colt Mullen. Re-ride. Like to see that one. All right, let's roll ourselves over to Chad Connolly out of Cozad. One from the Phillips string. This is one they call Angry Elf. Now, with a name like that, we can only assume so many things, but it's one that he isn't happy in December. Angry Elf, the horse, Chad Connolly, the cowboy, Cozad, Nebraska, where he calls home. Do we have some Cozad folks with us tonight, or did y'all come to night number 1 of the rodeo? Cozad, sound off. Make some noise for us. Chad, just so you know, you brought a fan base with you, and if you need to rob a bank in Cozad, now's the time. Come on, cowboy, riding for all you're worth. That's an 8-second ride. We got buzzers going off. It's double good right here. And who'd he ride the last 8 seconds where he rode that for Cozad, everybody? Chad Connolly and Angry Elf. $61 for Angry Elf and Chad Connolly, 61 points. That keeps him just outside the top 4 with Donald Muser, also at Cozad at 62. Man, oh man, they come together and make it all work.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level, in every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you, too. Member FDIC.
Oh, as Platte Valley Autos graciously donated them to our pyrotechnics, I would have your fuse lit about now. As we welcome in the Dawson County 4-H members that have been champions all week at the county fair. Well, we got 1 sparkler going, 2 sparklers going. Let's hear it for your Dawson County 4-H champions. And thanking to Platte Valley Auto for the use of their vehicles coming through. As the kids pull up, we're going to introduce them to you and tell them what they won. Give it a whoa right there, Corey. I think that'll work just perfect. All right, let's welcome in and meet some of our champions here tonight. Seth Linsmeyer has your champion feline, your champion cat. Tanner Fairley is your champion intermediate cat showman. Molly Spradlin is your champion senior cat showman. Levi Martin has your champion rabbit. Georgina Lanz has your champion junior dog showman. Jalen Wolfinger filled out her resume. Champion breeding heifer calf, champion market calf heifer, overall feeder calf, champion senior feeder calf showman, champion continental breed heifer, champion overall breeding beef. Lathan Johnson is your champion feeder calf steer, overall feeder calf. Bristol McConville is your champion senior swine showman. Riggs McConville is your champion junior feeder calf showman, champion junior swine showman. Parker Caraway is your champion junior beef showman. Augustus Barnes is your champion intermediate dog showman, feeder calf showman, dairy showman, and swine showman. Gabby Caraway is your reserve intermediate feeder calf showman. Dally Barnes is your champion senior dairy showman. Katie Wolf is your champion dairy cow. Jackson Armstead is your junior sheep showman and sheep carcass contest winner. Grant Wallahosky, your intermediate champion sheep showman, market sheep grand champion, Barra champion, and champion market swine. Megan Wallahosky is your champion breeding guild, champion bred and fed steer. Paige Wallahosky, it's the Wallahosky Trio, champion senior sheep showman, champion breeding sheep, champion cow-calf pair. As well, Samuel Winter is your champion senior dog showman. Natalie Rhodes is your champion market goat. Cameron Rhodes is your champion intermediate goat showman. Matthew Rhodes, making the Rhodes family proud, champion senior goat and champion goat carcass contest winner. Maddie Anderson has your champion yearling doe and your champion cat showman. Gracie Klinknight is your champion doe kid and your champion breeding meat goat. Colin Nichols is your champion dairy goat. Greta Rickerson is your champion market gilt and your champion swine carcass contest. Greta brought a fan club. Owen Lawson is your champion intermediate beef showman, champion market beef, overall champion market beef, champion British breed heifer.
At Speedy Mart, they are proud to offer convenient locations all across Nebraska. Whether you are just looking to fuel up, grabbing something to drink, or a bite to eat, Speedy Mart has you covered. Headed to a rodeo or work, school, or a vacation, fuel up with Speedy Mart. At Cherry County Implement, they're proud to carry the tools and equipment that keep you moving. Whether you're out in the field with Vermeer, on the job with Bobcat, or turning wrenches in the shop with Napa, they've got you covered. Located in Valentine, Nebraska, Cherry County Implement understands what it takes to get the job done right. Their team is committed to keeping your operation running strong season after season.
And folks, I want to add one thing here tonight before we go to the tie-down roping. The inaugural first ever Dawson County 4-H Premium Auction raised $56,000 tonight for those kids. So we are just winning it all the way around. All right, now it's time to get back into rodeo action. What do we say? All right, it's time for the tie-down roping. It's time for the fast hands of the rodeo world. I got to rope a calf, get him on his side, tie 3 legs together. Colton Vossler out of Elwood, Nebraska is going to be your first one up. Emmett Sortum is on deck. Here's how things stand right now in the tie-down rope. And Jody Green out of Oklahoma leads it with a 9-9. Marcus Schrock's got a 10-3. Nolan Reardon has an 11. Cooper Phillips and David Hinman lead in fourth at 11-6. We'll see what Mr. Cooper Vossler Elwood can do for us here tonight. Don't forget, Elwood Rodeo, NSRA sanctioned, and your small first rodeo of the year, coming up next Thursday and Friday, just 15 miles to the south. Colton Vossler out of Elwood. There you go. Colton brought him a steering section. We'd like to hear it. Emmett Sortum sitting right behind him. All right, Colton Vossler's got himself out. Oh, no. That was a heartbreaker if we've ever seen one. No time for Colton Vossler. Let's see if Emmett Stornham can get something done going for us out of Burwell. Lane Wallinger sitting over on deck. All right. Got Paul Reeker over there, front of the chute. He's been around the block a time or two, helped put on a lot of different rodeos. Thank you again to the Dawson County Ag Society, all the folks you see back behind. If you think there's something that can be done better or run more efficiently and smooth, Furthers is just telling them about it. Volunteer for your local Ag Society and say, how could I help make a difference by being a volunteer? We thank all those that sacrifice a lot of time and effort. And it's a great time to thank those who sacrifice their wallet. That's your sponsors putting their money where their mouth is. Frey in Lexington is a platinum sponsor, and they are keeping your bartender cold at the Rasmussen at the Russman. I said it again, the Russman Beer Garden. Garden Blessings and Greenhouse did all the landscaping here at the fairgrounds. Paulson Incorporated, a premium sponsor, along with Nutrient Ag Solutions, bringing the big cooker for tonight's beef barbecue. Pathway Bank and the Home Agency, along with KRVN, Dawson County Farm Bureau, and Tallgrass Energy, help to be your premium sponsors here tonight. Thank you to our premium sponsors who make all of this possible to bring a great family-friendly entertainment and rodeo action to you. Well, as we're back over here in the tie-down roping right now. Got guys that are going good. We're good up here. As Emmett Sortum out of Burwell. We're good up top. All we need is a cowboy. All right. Second call, Emmett Sortum. There we go. Let's roll on over to Lane Wallinger out of Stewart. Oh. All right. Lane Wallinger out of Stewart, I believe, is the one going to be backing in next for us. I assume. All right, Lane Wallinger, Chase Gracie sent back over on deck. As we're still looking for that first qualified run on the night, 9-9 leads the rodeo, 11-6 to crack into the top 4. He gives it a go. Let's see what he can get done. He does have to stand that calf back up. He can't take advantage of the natural momentum there. His calf is back up, back down. Under Wonder basket weaving coming into play. I don't even think those guys look down. They've just done it so many times. It's just a natural feel. And now he's got to wait 6 seconds. Buck Moon, our judge, has got a stopwatch giving us the tick by tick by tick. 6 seconds is up, 11.6 seconds, 11.6 for Lane Wallinger. That'll help him with Cooper Phillips and David Hinman. splitting fourth, fifth, and sixth now at 11-6. So the bottom three slots filled up with an 11-6. Chase Gracie out of Mullen working next. Chance Barnes is on deck. Thank you to our rodeo queens as well for continuing to get those cattle shagged back. Thank you to our untie down crew. The ones getting the calves back up. Chase Gracie, Mullen, Nebraska, backs his way back over and in. Back up in the Sand Hills. All right, 11-6 so far done in the performance here tonight. These guys have the finesse of the rodeo world. It talks about if you ever took that underwater basket weaving class in college, these guys put it to use. Chase Gracie's got things out, got the calf caught. He's coming down the rope. Come on, Lex, help him out. He's got a good run started here. A rap and a hooey, little there. Takes it around one more time. Now we got to wait 6 seconds. And Buck tells us it's good. The 6 seconds is up. 12.2 for Chase Gracie. 12.2 for Chase Gracie. Unfortunately, that is just a bit outside our top 4 tonight. 11-6, the one to beat there. 0.6 of a second. Chance Barnes out of Shadron working next. Cody Reeker on deck. Got 4 to go here in the tie-down roping. Then we're going to head our way over to some team roping. We'll go back to the ranch box. All right, they stretch the barrier once again. Chance Barnes, Shadron Cowboy. 11-6 and 12-2 the first 2 times at the go-round tonight. Got a little bit of an uphill battle, but this is one Cowboy that can get her done. Well, I've enjoyed Chance and his appearances here. Lex is usually a good arena for him. They seem to work together. Looks like they've got to make sure that calf is facing straight, giving him the best possible out. Making the horse face forward, he gives the nod. Well, Chance goes out there. Not his night tonight, unfortunately. No time for Chance Barnes. All right. Now, let's go to the man that's put up a lot of money here, sitting just outside the top 10 to punch his ticket. It's our local boy. It's Mr. Cody Reeker, Lexington, Nebraska. If you're a local tonight, all of us are. Put your hands together and help getting things put together for him as Cody Reeker gets himself squared up and away on the big buckskin that has brought him to the pay window plenty of times. Of course, just a few weeks ago, I believe it was in Callaway, winning the rodeo with a beautiful run down there. He's legged up. He's looking good this summer, and he's getting to work in front of a hometown crowd. Let's see what he can get done as he runs his way down. He's got the calf in. Things are coming back around. A calf's on the ground. Lexington help a hometown cowboy out. Well, now we just got to wait for that long 6 seconds to come. That old calf had the wind knocked out of him. Coming in at about 6'4", Cody's not a guy to say boo to. Well, they sent him in. Cody Reeker tying it up with Lane Wallinger and about 2 others at 11.6 seconds. 11-6. David Hinman, Cooper Phillips, and Lane Wallinger join with Cody Reeker at 11.6 seconds. That still tries to get him to the pay window. Pistol Barnes out of Shadron, and Patrick Martin got to round us out here tonight. Again, a 9-9, and Jody Green, Oklahoma Cowboy, lead the way. Well, there we go. Our judge so far okay with it as he ran the whole calf through the loop to get a heel shot on him. Of quite a way to get your calf caught, but he's making it work. 2 legs put together there. Getting a 3-leg combo at the front 2. There we go. May not have been orthodox, but it was a complete run. So long as the calf stays tied for 6, we like to see what we see. That's a cowboy try right there. Get it done any which way you can. Well, unfortunately, he got caught speeding, so that's 10 seconds right there. 21 seconds on the run, puts him at 31 seconds for the whole deal. 31 seconds there for Mr. Pistol Barnes. 31 seconds. Well, still, it was a cool one, as we hadn't seen somebody take a heel shot to get their calf tied to 9. We like it. Now, let's go back to your hometown Cowboys. As a man that has won, I'm trying to think, a minimum of 5 off the top of my head, NSRA, mid-state finals, a whole host of them. He could make a belt out of all the buckles he's accumulated on the top side of the state. It's the man they call Patrick Martin, and he calls the 68850 zip code Lexington home. Let's see what he can get done here tonight. Spending over 2 years getting these horses tuned just right before they make an arena run. And you're about to see why. Look at him moving in fast fashion. He brings it together, and Roy Cooper's his hands in the air. Lexington, pay off a local cowboy. Now we just have to wait that anticipated 6 seconds. Everybody waited in bated anticipation. And there you have it. They sent it in 11.9 seconds for Patrick Martin, 11.9 for Mr. Martin right there, another hometown cowboy.
Delaro Complete isn't like other fungicides. Some offer 2 modes of action. Think that's good? Think bigger. Others are good against some diseases. Sorry, some just isn't enough. You need a complete fungicide. Delaro Complete. It has 3 modes of action, protects against a truly broad spectrum of diseases, and promotes overall plant health. Think beyond disease control. Think complete. Delaro Complete.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level, in every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you too. Member FDIC.
Whoops, nope, that's over. I need to get over to the mixed team roping side of it there. I say, yeah, it is the all guys. Thank you. Kim catching and saying, Clay, that you didn't have the mixed part of the mixed team roping in those results. We'll get the mixed team roping results and get those turned back over. Well, our first team is out. That's Jay Nelson and Luke Berkey going to work for us right there. Speed and Rich would have been proud of that run. 7.5, and on my sheet, that looks like that is going to be right behind Hadley and Garrett Gallagher, 6'9", 7.5 for the crew of Jay Nelson and Luke Berkey, Bassett and Milford. Pam Hollenbeck and Todd Hollenbeck out of Long Pine back their way in. Emily Ryan and Creighton Ryan sitting back over on deck. Oh, we had a good run in the slack here this morning, as it looks like Shelby Hinkle and Levi Tyan lead the rodeo at a 6-1. Michaela Ray and Cole Sherwood have a 6-6, and Leah Sherwood and Steve Sherwood have a 6-7. So got to be sub 6'9" to break into the top 4. Let's see what Pam and Todd Hollenbeck can get done. They got a head inside. 8.8 seconds, 8.8, 8 for 880. They're one of your platinum sponsors, KRVN, and it's an 8.8 second run. for Pam and Todd Hollenbach out of Long Pine, Nebraska. Emily Ryan and Creighton Ryan, Odessa, where they call home, go to work next. Again, the Gallaghers have got a 6'9". Then we've got the Sherwoods with a 6'7". Ray and Sherwood with a 6'6", and Hinkle and Tyan with a 6'1". So things are moving awfully fast on the team roping side. We'll just all right, as we get back over, Emily Ryan, Creighton Ryan, Odessa, Becca Melvin, and Marvin Mueller going to be on deck after that. All right, everybody's settling back over and in. Start getting that energy level picked back up. We'll get things right as rain as the sun sets and the breaker and the head catch goes. There we go. Oh, no, the old steer jumps when he shouldn't have, and it results in a no time as our healer misses. Emily Ryan, Creighton Ryan end up with a no time. Their payment tonight and a long trip of silence is your applause here in Lexington. Mecca Melvin had a try on. Marvin Mueller, Sutherland go to work for us next. Bodell Hall and Lane Hall on deck. Jennifer and Brett Daly will round us out of the mixed team roping. Then we'll head on over to the open team roping. We're working our way right through night number 2 at the Platte Valley Auto Rodeo here in Lexington. We hope you're enjoying yourself and getting ready for Nate Kime when the last bull bucks. Nate and his band will fire up the Silver Fox stage, and they're going to be here till 2 or 3 in the morning. So don't go anywhere as Nate Kime and band take the stage at the Silver Fox side. Mecca Melvin and Marvin Mueller are making their way to the front. Oh. All right, Cowboys, Cowgirl, settling themselves back over and in. Gives the nod. Things can start coming together. Well, unfortunately, that is another no time. For the crew of Mecca Melvin and Marvin Mueller, no time. Bodell Hall and Lane Hall out of Sutherland working next, Jennifer and Brett Daly. I kind of wonder if our Sutherland folks all carpooled. The next 4 are all from Sutherland. They could fit in a 4-door pickup. Nice trailer. So Bodell Hall and Lane Hall backing their way in. Jennifer Daly, Brett Daly rounding us back over and out. If you're ever in Walmart and you wonder, is that guy a team roper ahead of me? Just shake his hand. If he still has all 5 fingers, good chance, maybe not. But it looks like that sun's been sewed on 2 or 3 times. Good chance he's a team roper. Bodell and Hall, Lane Hall. 6-1 leads the round, leads the rodeo. 7-5 leads this go-round. Making a nice long headshot on him. Comes back around. Well, at least count 1 leg. Got to get that horse to face to get the flag to drop. 10-7 plus 5, 15-7 with the penalty. 15-7 for the Hall crew with the penalty. 15-7. That'll take us down to Jennifer and Brett Daly out of Sutherland. As, again, 7-5 for Jaya Nelson and Luke Berkey for the round, but so far 6-1 leads the rodeo. The Dailies, our last ones go in the mix before we head back over to the open team rope, and those were the results I was talking about earlier. And a beautiful crowd. The grandstands are full. The champions are honored. It has been a beautiful time at the Dawson County Fair. Thank you guys for making it that way. We'll thank more sponsors and the folks that help make it all possible. All right, they get themselves backed in as Jennifer and Brett Daly give the nod and give her the go. Reach out. Whoop. Unfortunately, the head catch does not work there, so that is a no time for the Daly crew. No time. Pay them off for all their hard work, Lexington, because that's what they get tonight. Well, as things shake out, it looks like Shelby Hinkle and Levi Tyan are going to take the rodeo with a 6-1. Michaela Ray and Cole Sherwood with a 6-6 will be right behind them. Leah and Steve Sherwood at a 6-7. And then we've got the Gallagher crew. That's Hadley and Garrett Gallagher at a 6-9. Those unofficial, but that's the best we can tell from my tabulations. As we head back over into the open team roping, this is where we got 2 fellows working together. This is where Jeff Johnson and Levi Tyan lead the way with a 5-8 run. Brett Christensen and Chase Boakhouse have got a 5-9. Lucas Phillips and Kensington Chang have a 6 flat. Kevin Rosenbach and Corbin Drury have a 6.4 second run. Thank you to the gold sponsors at the Dawson County Fair: Bender Cattle, Go Home Realty, High Gain Feedlot, Homestead Bank and Cozad, Titan Machinery, Underverth Manufacturing, Blaine and Brenda Beal, leaders and sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of those folks for all the great work that they do. Jaden and Jacob Fanning, Ogallala, go to work next. Jason Schmidt and Creighton Schmidt are on deck as we make our way into the open team roping side of the world. This song is for all the team ropers out there, because whether it's the header or the heeler, it ain't my fault. Well, unfortunately, it was on the heading side for there. Jaden and Jacob Fanning are a no time. No time for Jaden and Jacob. Again, 5'8" leads the rodeo, 6'4" to crack into the top four. Jason and Creighton Schmidt out of Orleans working next. Clay Frex, Dominic Schmidt on deck as we work our way through on the open team roping side. We'll go up and we'll finish up with the Ranch Bronx following that. Can you look down there and see if I've got the Ranch Bronx papers? That isn't it. That isn't it. Okay, I got it. All right, they get, whoa! I look up and I see a head loop not going where it's supposed to. No time for Jason and Creighton Schmidt. No time for those guys. Clay Frex and Dominic Schmidt out of Alma and Orleans working next. Tyler and Luke Berkey sitting on deck. Still looking for the first qualified run here tonight. As again, a 5'8", 5'9", 6, and 6'4", the top four on the side. So not the easiest time to beat, but a time that's still beatable all the way. We're not setting new arena records just yet. Clay Frex, Dominic Schmidt are back their way in. They give the nod and away they go. Trying to throw 30 foot. He does a little fishing and he makes it work. Young man comes back around. They make it tied on two. 8.3 seconds for that crew. 8.3 for Clay Frex and Dominic Schmidt. 8.3 seconds, keeping them just outside the top four, but a beautiful run in front of the crowd tonight. Tyler and Luke Berkey out of Milford working next. Spencer Center, Todd Hollenbeck sitting on deck. All right, getting set back around with another team of Tyler and Luke Berkey out of Milford. They had a long ways to get here coming out of the eastern half of the state, but we appreciate them being here tonight with us. There's a little room on the top side. Let's see if they can't get it done to put them in the pay window. Whoa, they made a bet on a long shot, and unfortunately it didn't find a home. No time for Tyler Berkey and Luke Berkey, no time. Spencer Center, Todd Hollenbeck going to work next. Colin Dibber and Creighton Ryan sitting back over on deck. And again, coming up tomorrow, a special breakaway rodeo starting at 4 p.m. Running 40 and 40. Then we're going to bring the top 10 back. There'll be a Calcutta and a whole lot more. You won't want to miss it. It's, again, breakaways popular and fast rising, so you will want to catch all of it. On the 4-H side, it's the horse show tomorrow here at the Dawson County Fair. The inaugural premium auction coming in, ranking over $56,000. That was pretty awesome to witness earlier today, so we're excited to see each and every part of it. There we go. Got the rope out. Slick horns up front. Come tight on one. That's okay. 6-6, plus we got to give them 5 seconds for that one leg they missed, so it becomes an 11-6 run. 11-6 for Spencer Center and Todd Hollenbeck. 11-6. Colin Dibber and Creighton Ryan are up next. Bodell Hall and Coy Cole are up on deck. There we go. Colin Dibber and Creighton Ryan are up. Bodell Hall, Coy Cole are sitting on deck. There we go. As we get about and around, let's see what Dibburn and Ryan can get done. No time, unfortunately, no time for that crew. Colin Dibburn and Creighton Reiner at no time. Bodell Hall, Coy Cole out of Sutherland working next. Marvin Mueller, Lane Hall following them on deck as we're split about halfway through. And if you're pretty good at drinking beer, the Russman Ag Pavilion is for you. Go enjoy a cold beverage. Thank you to Frey as they help keep our bartenders cool. It's amazing to see just how much we've grown this rodeo since in my time here on the Crow's Nest side announcing. We just keep adding a little more every year. As things come back together, let's see what Bodell Hall and Coy Cole can do for us. As 5'8" leads the rodeo, unfortunately there you got to actually catch the steer to get the run to come together. No time for Bodell Hall and Coy Cole. Marvin Mueller and Lane Hall out of Sutherland working for us next. Ryan Ludicky, Sage Dieters sitting back on deck. 5 to go in the mixed team roping. 5 to go in the mixed team roping. As I believe we'll be finishing up the Ranch Bronx following this. So 5 to go in the mixed team roping to the Ranch Bronx. 5 to go. All right, the team's off and underway for Marvin Mueller and Lane Hall. Whoop. Those headers, we're fixing to have to change that mojo once again in Lexington. Ryan Ludicky and Sage Dieters. They're the only daddies that'll walk the line. Of course, we saw the Ludicky in the slack earlier. That was the daughter's side. Ryan's a proud papa. Watch those girls out there competing and doing well. Let's see what Ryan and Sage can do for us because we need a qualified run. 3 no times is plenty for the fans, so I think it's time we take a run at the top. 5'8", and if there's 2 that can do it, call them Super Loopers, call them Speed and Rich, just don't call them late to dinner. As they get themselves squared back up and away. Oh, their healer taking a little bit of a walk out on there. Sage just working off some nerves. That's okay. There you go. Ryan's got himself squared away, making sure his horse is all put together. They look together, give the nod, and away they go. Yes, sir, we got a head catch. Can we put it on 2? Ho! Well, unfortunately there, flag them out, no time for Ryan Ludicky and Sage Jeter, no time for that one. Well, as we look across the arena on the east end, we have Lexington Volunteer Fire Department with us with the ambulance tonight. Thank you to the men and women of the Volunteer Fire Services and EMS Services. Thank you guys for standing up for our communities, running to danger when others run away. So we thank all of our first responders out there, from the sheriff and local police department to our volunteer fire, and especially Lexington Volunteer Fire Department. As they're here on the east end, we hope we don't have to call them into action, but it sure feels good knowing they're just right there if we need them. Lane Wallinger, Nathan Poss out of Stewart and Scotia, Jace Richter and Brett Daly on deck. Whoa, played a little bit of bumper car with the old steer. Now they're going to take him out for another loop. They just wanted the fans to get a nice up-close experience. It was a 12-6, but they got caught speeding. That's plus 10 at the barrier, plus 5 on the leg, so that quickly becomes a 27-6. 27-6 with the penalties, 27-6 for Lane Wallinger and Nathan Poss, 27-6. Jace Richter and Brett Daly, Ogallala and Sutherland. Then Patrick Martin and Cody Reeker will round us out. 2 away to the Ranch Bronx ride, and 2 away back over to the Ranch Bronx. All right, as we get back over, 2 to go here with Jace Richter and Brett Daly. Everybody settle back over and in to give the nod, and away they go. Well, unfortunately, no time there. Now, let's go to our hometown Cowboys, Patrick Martin and Cody Reeker, Lexington. This is what dreams are made of right here. If you could have put together the Chicago Bulls team that Michael Jordan was on, I present it to you in team roping form. Patrick Martin on the head side, Cody Reeker back over on the heel shot. Now I'm going to laugh when both of them make a good run and then they get off their horse to tie the steer. That's because they usually, are on the calf roping side of the world. Get themselves in, give the nod. Now that is some fancy roping on the top side. Oh, no, that isn't what we wanted.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support Rodeo at every level, in every shoot, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you, too. Member FDIC.
Little Outlaw Canoes, Tubes, and Kayaks, your premier outfitter on the Niobrara River. With over 35 plus years of experience, Little Outlaw is here to provide you with the best service. Whether you want to tube with your family, ride in a canoe with your spouse, or have the peace and quiet of floating in a kayak down the river, Little Outlaw has you covered. With trips ranging from 2 to 5.5 hours, we have something for everyone. Check out our website for more information and book your trip at outlawcanoe.com.
Side, we look to the CHS shoot as Yancey Welsh and Studley Do-Right are the duo going to work for us here. I'm just going to go back through and check my notes. Yes, we saw Chad Connolly and Angry Elf put up a 61-point ride. Chad Connolly sitting number 2 right now in the NSRA, and Yancey Welsh sitting just about $70 apart. So if we wanted a little bit of a rivalry, this is the one to put it to you. Yancey Welsh and Chad Connolly already 61 points on Angry Elf tonight, with Yancey and Studley Do-Right coming together for us. Studley Do-Right coming to us from the Talbert Bucking String as they get everybody put back over together. Got Dylan Teedy up front helping to square everybody up, boost those confidences. Greg on the backside tightening the flank down. As he's got his hype men setting up all the way around him. Yancey calls Campbell, Nebraska home. Studley Do-Right sitting back in. Everybody's looking good. It's Ranch Bronx, Western Saddle. Regular things. Make some noise. Well, unfortunately, Yancey doesn't quite make that 8-second whistle. That becomes a no score. A no score for Yancey Welsh. No score for Yancey and Studley Do-Right. Now, as we keep working our way through, we have a rewrite coming up for us as well, and Colton Mullen. All right, now let's go make our way to the Pathway Bank shoot as we've got Wyatt Seaman out of Blue Hill and the horse they call Bam Bam. I'll let you make up your own reasons for that, but let's just say when Bam Bam gets things right, you can quickly find yourself airborne. As we've got Chad Connolly leading the night with 61 points, but for the rodeo, Regan Heichel's got it with 66. So we've got Titan together, Wyatt Seaman on Bam Bam, coming to us out of the Pathway Bank shoot. As everybody gets themselves squared up and ready. Lexington, when that gate cracks, we need you to help them ride for every 8 of that 8 longest 8 seconds of their lives. The louder you get, the better they ride. So that's where everything comes together. All right. He squares down, looks at his side crew. Make sure everything's good. Oh, nope. Going to go ahead and reset. Leans back in. Gives it the gate. Let's go. Holy cow. For those on the east end of the grandstands, that's what you call the splash zone, as Bam Bam brought him right to you. Watch out, watch out. Sean Boyle and Taylor Davis are our pickup men, and they are doing a great job keeping everybody apart. Buck Boone's giving me hand signals, and I don't do math well quickly. 74 points as Wyatt Seaman and Bam Bam take themselves to the top. All right, now let's go back over to William Welsh, Franklin, Nebraska, on the horse they call Snoop. This is a bad Mamba Jamba, sitting back over the Nutrient Ag Solution suit. Little Snoop D-O-double-G, getting ready. 74 points just put on the board by Wyatt Seaman. Let's see if we can't do that back-to-back and make it a little bit of a competition at the top side of the rodeo. Everybody squaring themselves back over to the outside. That's what you call cowboy tough. That horse didn't want to cooperate, and it didn't matter. He rode him for all he was worth. We'd like to see it. We'll wait for the judges' tabulations to come in. As Sean and Taylor take care of the hard work. The ride may have started a little slow, but it ended in cool fashion as William Welsh and Snoop put up a 68-point ride. 68 points. Settles him just behind Wyatt Seaman, 74. And just ahead of Regan Heichel, 66. That's what we want to see. All right, looks like we got Jake Shipman out of Guide Rock on the one they call Mr. Draft. I'm going to say there might be a little draft horse blood in this big hoss. 68 and 74 points have been put up tonight with 61. This is a bit of good ranch bronc riding to ride. Everybody helping build it and put it together. All right, now Mr. Draft kind of fills that buck and shoot side to side. That cowboy doesn't have much room for error off either side of it. Good news is these animal athletes settle themselves and give them the best opportunity to go to the outside. Let's go! You want to talk about upper body strength, Lexington. I don't know what the judges will think of that. But that cowboy literally stood off the side of that horse on one foot and basically straight armed it. Watch out, guys. Watch out. Watch out on the chutes. There we go. They were coming off hot down the top side. But holy cow. Jake Shipman getting a little style points on that one as he literally just held to the side of it. 62 points. 62 points for Jake Shipman and Mr. Draft. Well, either way, crowd, what do you say to that? Was that a cool ride or not for Jake Shipman and Mr. Draft? 62 points. Now we got a rewrite, Colt Mullen, and it looks like he has drawn Railroad, the horse. As they're setting back over on the home agency chute to the top side. One more on that side, then it's time for the ladies of the rodeo, barrel racing, following up right after this. Colt Mullen and Black Beauty not agreeing earlier, getting a rewrite. Now he's drawn the horse they call Railroad. I don't know if anybody else hears a train whistle coming through. We'll see what they can get done here as 74 points leads the rodeo, 68 seconds second. Plenty of room at the top side, but you got to ride for everything you got because the best game to play at the Platte Valley Auto Rodeo. All right, Cowboys getting himself psyched up, ready, test to the outside. And another one that rides to the fence. There we go, Lexington. How about it? What do you think? Oh. Oh, there you go. Buckhorn Bob, the horse. I was wrong on that side of it. Buckhorn Bob, one of the biggest and most gentle out of the Phillips string. They were just talking about former Miss Rodeo Nebraska hand feeding him with cubes out in the pasture. 57 points there for Colt Mullen and Buckhorn Bob. 57 points, 57 points.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level, in every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you, too. Member FDIC.
Delaro Complete isn't like other fungicides. Some offer 2 modes of action. Think that's good? Think bigger. Others are good against some diseases. Sorry, some just isn't enough. You need a complete fungicide. Delaro Complete. It has 3 modes of action, protects against a truly broad spectrum of diseases, and promotes overall plant health. Think beyond disease control. Think complete. Delaro Complete.
Paranki, innovation drives everything with Bill. From state-of-the-art fabrication to materials like high-strength steel, powered by advanced technology for maximum efficiency. Ranky helps you get more done with confidence. And with certified technicians providing reliable service season after season, you always have support you can count on. Contact your local Ranky dealer to learn more.
Little Outlaw Canoes, Tubes, and Kayaks, your premier outfitter on the Niobrara River. With over 35 plus years of experience, Little Outlaw is here to provide you with the best service. Whether you want to tube with your family, ride in a canoe with your spouse, or have the peace and quiet of floating in a kayak down the river, Little Outlaw has you covered. With trips ranging from 2 to 5.5 hours, we have something for everyone. Check out our website for more information and book your trip at outlawcanoe.com. At Shattern State College, we know the value of grit, hard work, and wide open opportunity. From the classroom to the arena, we help students ride toward a future as bold as the West. Schedule your campus visit today at csc.edu. At Mitchell Equipment, they're proud to be your trusted Case IH dealer, providing reliable new or pre-owned equipment, genuine parts, and expert service from a team that's always ready to help. Whether you're in the field or in the shop, they're here to keep your operation moving forward. Visit Mitchell Equipment in Atkinson or Humphrey today. They've got your back.
All right. Former Nebraska State champion on the track side, 400-meter dash. That's Buck Moon. All right. Can you see a tractor through the eyepiece? Wave back through it. They're giving us the thumbs up, ladies. Yes. Yes. We are good to go. That is what we want to see. All right, let's go to the ladies barrel racing where Olivia Harlan leads the way, 1783. Reagan Strack has an 1813. Brittany Bradley has an 1823. And Katie Moon has an 1843. Miranda Marsh is our first lady up here, coming to us from Thedford. Gail White on deck. Ashley Odenbach sitting back over in the hole. That's right. Let's go, girls. Let's see what Miranda Marsh can get done for us. As she lines it up in the north 40 of a cornfield, she drops the buckskin pony, and down the line she comes. Help her all the way home, Lexington. 1829. Good enough for the fourth spot right now since Katie Moon to fifth. 1829. Brandon Marsh coming to us out of Thedford. Gail White, Dickens, Nebraska is going to work for us next. As Brandon Marsh just put up an 1829. Just behind Brittany Bradley's 1823, Reagan Strack's 1813, and Olivia Harlan's 1783. All right, all the way from Dickens, Gail White comes down, making long old strides. Well, unfortunately for Gail, having a little bit of a scare on barrel number one. Unfortunately, that will be an O time. But Lexington, let's pay off a tough cowgirl because all of our hearts sank just a little when that stumble occurred. Still too wobbly, Tyrell, they say. Take a little dirt there. I'm sorry, that wasn't Tyrell. That was Matt. There you go. I might get Matt a level. There we go. Now they got her set. Perfect. Ashley Odenbach, Taylor, Nebraska, go to work next. Britt Erasmuth on deck. Elizabeth Reeds, we're 3 away from the bull run. 3 away to go back to the rough stock side. As the horse and Ashley Odenbach get underway. Beautiful through barrel number one. Barrel wrap spinning just a little bit. Let's head it for number 3. Like the Triple Crown and Secretariat, headed for home. 1822. Whoa! Welcome to the third spot. That just puts her ahead of Brittany Bradley's 1823. Talk about making it close. We still have Olivia Harlan, 1783, leading. Reagan Strack, 1813. Then we'll go to Ashley Odenbach, 1822, and Brittany Bradley, 1823. Now, Britt Erasmuth, Jewel, Kansas, going to work for us. Her in the big gray. Whoa. That's okay. There we go, 2. And we kept up 3/4 of the pattern. (23-13) with the 5-second penalty. 23-13 with the penalty for Britt Erasmuth. 23-13. That'll take us now to Elizabeth Reeves of Imperial, our last barrel racer on the night. Did we save the best for last? Let's find out. There we go. 1 and a 2. Can we make it to 3? Come on, Lexington. Let her know you're proud she's here. 1907, keeping her just outside the top, but still a good run for Elizabeth Reeds at Imperial, 1907. Well, here's how things shake out on the barrel racing side.
At Shattern State College, we know the value of grit, hard work, and wide open opportunity. From the classroom to the arena, we help students ride toward a future as bold as the West. Schedule your campus visit today at csc.edu.
At Security First Bank, we've got a lot of friends, neighbors, and customers who get their hands dirty working dawn to dusk on the farm or ranch. And some who throw their hat in the ring, too. We're proud to support rodeo at every level, in every chute, on every saddle. And of course, we're going to be here longer than 8 seconds. Security First Bank, the bank that stays true to our roots, and roots for you, too. Member FDIC.
Renke is putting technology to work with state-of-the-art fabrication, robotic welding machinery, and a cutting-edge laser machine. From high-strength steel to the latest innovations in GPS guidance, touchscreen controls, and remote management, Renke irrigation systems are built to maximize productivity. Count on Renke and experienced certified technicians for unmatched service season after season. To learn more, visit Renke.com or contact your local Renke dealer.
Fun at the rodeo tonight. That's what we want to hear. Thinking of Platte Valley Auto and the Reekers for that on the barrel side, bringing us all that action. All right, let's introduce you to the men who help keep everybody safe. Mr. Jeremy Hansen is out there on the bullfighting side, and Mr. Carson Cooksley is taking a drink of water. They are your bullfighter protectors. They are your St. Michael's of the rodeo arena as they keep everybody up and ready to go. We go down to the Paulson Incorporated Chute, one of your platinum sponsors, where Chad Connolly, Cozad, Nebraska, gets himself squared away. Last night, Talon Cassinger out of Attica, Kansas on 119 scored a 74-point ride to start the rodeo off for us. The bar is high, but it's always achievable. All they got to do is ride better than 74. Coming from the high Lonesome Prairie of western Kansas, Talbert Buckenstock brings us fewer warts. And the Paulson Chute is Mr. Chad Connolly out of Cozad gets ready to go to work and try to eclipse that top spot money. It's a great time to say thank you once again to the platinum sponsors, including MRK Incorporated for the Fun Zone, TL Sun Constructors for the Sundown Sage, CHS at Holdridge, Ray Lexington keeping your bartenders cool on the Rustman Ag Pavilion, Garden Blessings Greenhouse for all the landscaping on the fairgrounds, Paulson Incorporated, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Pathway Bank, and the Home Agency for being your shoot sponsors, KRVN and the Rural Radio Network, along with Dawson County Farm Bureau, proudly bringing you a free beef barbecue with your rodeo ticket tonight. And Tall Grass Energy, thank you to our platinum sponsors for all their support here at the 2026 Dawson County Fair and the Platte Valley Auto Rodeo. Your gold sponsors include Bender Cattle Company, Go Home Realty, High Game Feedlot, Homestead, Bank and Cozad, Titan Machinery, Underverth Manufacturing, Blaine, and Brenda Bill. Thank you guys for all of your great support. Chad Connolly strapping himself on 1,800 pounds of less than and pressed bovine called Few Warts. Trying to ride for 74 points to knock off Talon Cassinger, a Kansas cowboy, riding last night. Now, unlike what we saw as part of the bronc ride tonight, this cowboy has got a bull rope around the middle of that bull, and that's about it. He's got a protective vest or a protective helmet to cover the vital organs. But it's him versus beast. When that chute cracks, I want you to get loud, Lexington. Well, Few Warts does what he does best, and that is dismount a cowboy. Chad Connolly is a no score. No score for Chad Connolly. As we're going to watch Mr. Sean Boyle do a little loop-to-loop action. Sean Boyle sitting back in the wings, waiting and ready. Watch him coming down the wing, guys. Watch him coming down the wing. All right, as Greg gets us ready to go out of the home agency chute. right, who do we got down there? Talbert. Huckleberry?
Which would be Josh.
Josh Delcino, Blair, Nebraska, has drawn the bull they like to call Huckleberry. Going to be big rock stars if Josh Delonzo and Huckleberry can met it together tonight. This is a bull that they can ride for 80 all night long. But you got to be ready, because when that gate cracks, he gets explosive and things get high flying in short order. Lexington, you've been an awesome crowd for me. I need you to keep it going for 3 more riders. When that gate cracks, get loud, stand on your feet, scream and shout and dance all about. We're going to make sure these guys have everything they need to put together an awesome ride. 74 points, and Talon Cassinger, Attica, Kansas, lead the way. Nightcam getting ready to take the Silver Fox stage with the Blast Bull Bucks. All right, Dean Kunke pulling back on the tightrope. Carson, Jeremy, bullfighters standing at the ready. All we've got to do is give a head nod, and it all comes together very quickly. Let's go to the outside. Well, Huckleberry said, I'll be a Huckleberry. But for Josh Delcino, it's an O score right there. Huckleberry's like, guys, I think I just deserve a victory lap, so I'm going to go check out what's out here. What are you guys doing over in that pin? Oh no. It's like when you've had a few too many beers and the bouncer taps you on the shoulder. That's what Taylor Davis is with that rope. Old Huckleberry knew it was time to leave the arena. There we go. We load them up once again. I guess you have more ropes on both of them. Talbert. That's just who we had. That was Huckleberry. JR. There we go. And happier days. All right, Rylan Rico, Gary, Nebraska, and the Bull Happier Days have put each other together. Let's see what they can do here tonight. There we go, Ryan Rico. That's going to be the one to watch here tonight. As him and Happier Days try to put themselves together, trying to hold things on. There you go. Buck Moon watches on, a keen eagle eye ready to see how much control the Cowboy can keep in his ride and his momentum through all 8 seconds. Keep that free hand away from the bull. That'll get it an automatic disqualification. He says to the outside, let's go. Well, the big old muley horn bull says, let's spread some pickup men. Whoa. He goes, oh, and a judge. The judge earlier right there. All right, he's thinking about coming down the fence, guys. Watch him, watch him. There we go. We didn't want our judge getting spooked like he did last night. Whoa! There we go. Happier Dave says, I'd be happier in the beer garden, guys. That's where I want to be. As he tries to bring himself back around, MRK is the out gate for all your cattle hauling needs. MRK can get the job done. Even the Holland Rodeo Bulls. Rylan Rico. Unfortunately, no score there. No score for Rylan Rico. Well, folks, I think that means we've come down to the last bet of the night. And he set number 1 in the Nebraska State Rodeo Association leaderboard. Here is your number 1 Nebraska bull rider. That's Cooper Kerner out of Sutherland. And you know from Sutherland, there isn't much to do there but ride bulls and have fun. And he's got Walker underneath of him. This is a match made in heaven to end night number 2 of the 2026 Platte Valley Auto Rodeo. Lexington, your whole job is to build us on a crazy train one more time for 8 more seconds. And I think we can do it all the way. As Cooper Kerner, your number 1 cowboy, and Walker, one of the best bulls out of the string, face up to try and take out our 74-point ride leaderboard. All right, Lexington, one more time. Have you had a good time tonight? Let me hear it. Oh, you guys make this job so much fun. I love it. All right, Cooper Kerner's got himself set up over on the side. What's going to happen? As they put it right there. Come on, Walker. Give him the best out possible. There you go. Well, Walker just not wanting to cooperate there in the chute. So Cooper's trying to get everything there, he's whispering things in his ear. Carson just walked up there and whispered the wrong thing in his ear. He's got his hype crew standing around him. They're getting him ready. Well, so far it's just a little bit of patience is all we need. All right. Got the eye of the tiger, Cooper Kerner and Walker. Well, Walker not wanting to participate. We're going to get him reset here in the chutes. Again, animal athletes, just like professional athletes, sometimes they get cranky. So you got to tell them. They're going to go ahead and move him up to the home agency chute, as the Paulson chute just didn't quite fit him the way he wanted it to. So Walker's going to walk up to the home agency chute where he feels more at home. Or he'll back over into the Paulson chute where he feels like a cement truck. Either way works for us. There we go. That looks a whole lot better. I like it. Walker likes it. We hope Cooper Kerner likes it. As your number 1 cowboy starts putting everything back together. He is the last bull rider of the night, one standing between us and a good time, and it all comes down to this. Come on, Cooper, Kerner, and Walker, number 1 cowboy, one of the top bulls. If there was a match made in heaven tonight, I feel like it's these two coming together as they get everything tried around one more time. Looks like Walker's cooperating a little bit better in the home agency chute. No qualified to ride so far in the night yet, so it looks like if this is the match to do it on. There we go. Your money for nothing, your checks for free when you're Cooper Kerner. And you've got an opportunity to make the big time and ride for the high point earners at the Nebraska State's Rodeo at the Platte Valley Auto Rodeo, night number 2. Well, still looking like we're trying to get him to cooperate, but we're going to make it all come together. Patience is perseverance. To the outside he goes. Come on, Lexington. Oh, falling just a little short of that 8 seconds, but that was still an impressive ride to watch. Well, Lexington, Nebraska, on behalf of the Dawson County Ag Society, Phillips Rodeo Company, thank you guys so much. We send it down to the beer garden where Nate Kime and the band crank it up. Have a good evening and God bless. We'll see you at the breakaway tomorrow.